let us discuss the question, does this Raiders seal of approval, and they rubber stamped it, the seal of approval, does this mean that Maxx Crosby is absolutely 1,000% staying with the Raiders? All right, so on this one, I've got Civil War, 4 Seasons, and Gift Basket. And we will combine all of these things together, and we will put the biscuit in the basket is what we're going to do. So, number one. Got it. All right, so this does not change anything. All right, unless you're naive. Well, the Raiders said they weren't going to trade him, and if they said they're not going to trade him, they're not going to trade him and all that. So, oh, my God. All the Raiders said, and all the story was that they leaked, the story that was leaked was, we aren't shopping Maxx Crosby. It's not that if somebody calls us up and is the Godfather offer, make him an offer he can't refuse, then all of a sudden Maxx Crosby is changing his laundry and going somewhere else. So it's a nice little sentiment to send out. The Raiders didn't say we're not trading Crosby. They just said we're not trading him unless somebody blows the doors off the building and wants him traded. The price tag's pretty high. And that's just a sales pitch. It's like, well, we don't want to trade this person at all. And so Maxx Crosby, if you keep it real, that's all we do is keep it real here. The guy is the ethos of the Raiders. He just is, right? He's got the look. He's got the attitude. He's got the tats, the black hole energy, all that stuff when you think of the Raiders. The old Raiders, back when they were good. You got to be old now. Think about that. You got to be like an old dude to know that the Raiders were good. How pathetic is that? How much does that suck? That the Raiders haven't been relevant in almost an entire generation. They are like the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are over a generation. The Raiders aren't far behind. That Rich Gannon Raider team, and then, of course, we know what happened in the Super Bowl there. It didn't go so well. But back to Maxx Crosby. So Crosby's got the look. He's right out of Central Casting, and he's got that whole attitude. However, if you think about this objectively, if the goal is to win, and keep in mind that we like to talk about everyone wants to win Super Bowls. It's an ugly secret that not everyone really cares. They just want to make a lot of money, and they want to live in a city they like living in, and they want to do their time, get in the pension plan in the NFL, and just be done. So they're not really that concerned about winning. But let's just assume Maxx Crosby is somebody that does want to win. They say, I need to win. I want to win. By the time the Raiders are even remotely relevant, Maxx Crosby is going to be like a Civil War relic, if you know what I mean. Now, he's 28, I believe, right now, Crosby. He's a defensive end, not exactly a long shelf life. It's just not. This is not a canister of honey that has an endless shelf life. There's no expiration date. No, this is bread. It's fresh bread, not sliced bread. It's fresh bread. And so that's it. And how many double-digit seasons will Maxx Crosby have 4 or 5 years from now when the Raiders are actually possibly competitive? And Tom Brady, let's go back to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's little silver and black side hustle, how's that working out? Burn, baby, burn. It's burning down right in front of our eyes. 31-0 loss. The team quit on Pete Carroll. You don't lose 31-0 if you're trying. And the Chiefs called off the dogs. Arf, arf, arf. They called them off. Could have been worse. So that is a gutless football team. They've quit on their coach, and that's under Tom Brady. Everything Tom Brady has touched since he got to Vegas has turned to poo. It just has. Not Pooh Richardson, actual poo. From Pete Carroll, the coach, the players quit on him. Geno Smith, the quarterback, who sucks. And they thought maybe Brady thought this was 2019 or something like that, or 2022. I don't know, but it's not. And so you look at the Raiders right now from 30,000 feet in the sky, and you examine what's going on there. And Brady has pulled off a masterclass. He doesn't own the majority of the Raiders. He's been given the de facto GM title where he's shadow running the Raiders, which means if the Raiders are good, Brady will get credit. If they're bad, he'll blame other people. That Spytek guy. his buddy. Blame him. But the Raiders are a great content machine, and Brady's been able to light the franchise on fire. I said, burn, baby, burn. Like he's got a Zippo and a can of gasoline and just going for it. And if I'm the Lions, let me just workshop this. If I'm the Detroit Lions and I'm Dan Campbell and I'm all about biting kneecaps off and all that stuff every game, you look at Crosby. He's a Michigan guy. He didn't go to University of Michigan or Michigan State. He went to Eastern Michigan, which is the ugly redheaded stepchild of the Michigan colleges. Bring him back to Michigan. Who says no? Can you imagine putting Maxx Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson together? And the Lions, this is the window of opportunity. This is it. This is the time for the Detroit Lions. So who cares about first-round draft picks? If I'd trade a first-round draft pick and a conditional draft pick, whatever, to get Maxx Crosby. Who wouldn't? My God, you put those guys together, and it's championship or bust, and it's that way anyway. And if you're a team like the Patriots, and you're like, can we do a combo deal? Can we trade for Maxx Crosby and get Jakobi Meyers, and we'll trade you a couple draft picks, and that'll be that. And for sure, let's do it. Let's make that happen. And yeah. So by no means, just because the Patriots said we are not shopping Maxx Crosby, doesn't mean he won't be traded. And if you don't agree with me, you might want to go back a few years ago. There was a player named Odell Beckham, and the general manager of the Giants, a guy named Dave Gettleman, sounds like he should be doing commercials for air conditioning, and he said, we're not trading Odell Beckham. And then they traded Odell Beckham to the Cleveland Browns. And, that worked out well for everyone involved. Now, speaking of Jakobi Meyers, but turning the page, but we don't turn it that far. We keep it close to what we were talking about. So Jakobi Meyers was asked if he still wants to be traded. You might remember before the season, Meyers let the world know he was not happy with the Raiders. He didn't want to play with Geno Smith, although he didn't say that. The implication was that he doesn't like playing with Geno Smith, so he wanted out. And he was asked to follow up. The trade deadline's less than 2 weeks away. All right, you make the call, Jakobi Meyers. Do you still want to be traded? He said 2 words. For sure. For sure. 2 words. So question, how should the Raiders handle Jakobi Meyers and his disgust with playing in Vegas? So this is not a ball player that you must have. Can we establish that as like the opening statement? Yeah, he's a nice player. Once a player goes public like that, very rarely does it end nicely. Very rarely does it end nicely. We all know that, and it sounds like a guy that's just not engaged. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, as we like to say in these parts. You cannot do it. And so if the Raiders, I guess they can try to coddle him. I wouldn't recommend that. They can try that. And don't give me the fake group hug. I do not need the fake group hug. I don't. You just ship him out. That's it. It's the Four Seasons. Bye, baby, from the Four Seasons. Meyers is not a cornerstone. He's not. He's a good player. He's a good receiver. He's a solid NFL receiver. He's on a bad team. It's not needed. You don't. It's like having no money and eating ramen noodles all the time and spending a couple grand on golf clubs. You really don't need that. You really don't need that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. So you're at a fork in the road. You're at a turning point. And if you're the Raiders, it's like you got to have Jakobi Meyers running drag routes from Geno Smith. Just everything's toxic, and a team like the Patriots would give you something, which is not. Listen, I'm not the draft pick guy. I'm the wrong talk show host if you love draft picks and you get your pants down because of draft picks. I'm not that guy. I don't really care about draft picks, but if the guy's not happy, it's like, who cares? You suck with him, you can suck without him, so it doesn't really matter.